Okay, so our Class 1A state rankings coming into week 4 are going to be somewhat what we expected. There's going to be a little bit of movement. Keep in mind these are our state rankings. We don't care what the AP says. We do it a little bit different. We base ours off of the IHSA cut line where it's at currently, and we will move that as the cut line moves and pull teams in as we see fit. But I'll go ahead and give her a start this week, Shane. And in Class 1A, my number 1 team is Lena Winslow. They did nothing to prove me wrong, going 3-0 with a 59-0 win over East Dubuque. At number 2, after their impressive win over previously number 11 ranked Dakota, and who was number 5 in our polls, I have Forreston at 2-1, who won 40-0 over Dakota. Number 3, I have Athens. They moved to 3-0 with a 40-7 win over Riverton. At number 4 is Marquette, who also moved to 3-0 after they beat South Beloit 62-12, and they will actually play South Beloit again this week. So there you have it. Brown County moves to 3-0. They beat 3A Beardstown 25-19 in a WIVC North showdown. At number 6, I have another WIVC team out of the South this time with Carrollton at 3-0 after they beat Hardin Calhoun in a nice matchup of rivalry games in the South, 25-22. Number 7 is Anawan Wethersfield. They come in with a 2-1 record after they beat Stark County 32-8. At number 8, I have Red Hill. They come in with a 3-0 record after they beat Paris 32-14. Number 9, new to my poll, is Decatur Lutheran. They are 3-0 after they beat Oakland 49-6. And at number 10, I have Warrensburg Latham. They fell to 2-1 after they lost to St. Teresa last week 36-30. And keep in mind, St. Teresa is ranked number 8 in Class 3A.
Very well, Kyle. Time to ruffle a little feathers within the conference as I shifted things around this week. My number 1 team in 1A is the Forreston Cardinals, followed by Lena Winslow at number 2. Number 3, Ottawa Marquette. Number 4, Athens. 5, similar position to where Kyle has them in Brown County. Number 6 team, the Aquin Bulldogs. We'll see them with a big test this week. Number 7, Anawan Wethersfield. Number 8, new into my poll this week, would be Decatur Lutheran. Number 19, Warrensburg Latham. And number 10, Arcola.
Very good, Shane. Arcola is a good pick there, coming in with a 2-1 record on the year. They got some good games going on down there in the little Okaw Valley. So we'll see what they actually bring about. Our Class 1A panel vote, which is going to entail mine, Carrie's, Shane's, and Skylar's votes, is going to go like this. At number 1, we have Lena Winslow with their 3-0 record at number 1. And number 2 is the Forreston Cardinals with a 2-1 record. Number 3 is Marquette coming in at 3-0. And number 4, we have Brown County moving up with their 3-0 mark. And number 5 is Athens, also at 3-0, making that trip to number 5. The Aquin Bulldogs come in at number 6 as they move to 3-0. Moving into our top 10 is Carrollton as they come in with a 3-0 mark at number 7. Number 8, Warrensburg Latham dropped to number 8 with that loss to St. Teresa to 2-1, but still staying in the top 10. Number 9 is Anawan Wethersfield as they improved to 2-1 with their win over Stark County 32-8. And at number 10 is Decatur Lutheran, cracking our top 10 as well as they beat Oakland 49-6 and moved to 3-0. Our honorable mention is going to be Red Hill with a 3-0 mark. Moweaqua Central A&M, who is 3-0 after they beat Macon Meridian 40-20. Arcola improves to 2-1 with that 62-6 win over Palestine. Hardin Calhoun 2-1 as they lost to Carrollton in a tight matchup. Argenta Oriana is 2-1 with their 46-26 win over Martinsville. Camp Point Central also improves to 2-1 as they beat Jacksonville Route 50-7. And Dakota dropped out of our top 10 and come in at number 17 with a 2-1 record after they lost 40-0. Okay, so our Class 2A poll is going to go in the same order. At number 1, I have Sterling Newman. They improved to 3-0 with a 35-21 win over Orion. At number 2, I have West Hancock, as they improved to 3-0 in a game that was a 32-26 winner for them over Clark County, Missouri. And actually, that game was separated by more. It just happened that West Hancock did get some injuries, brought that game a little bit closer. Number 3, I have Shelbyville moving up. They're 3-0 after they beat Okaw Valley 58-7. Number 4, Rock Ridge Rockets, as they improved to 3-0, beating Riverdale 48-12. Number 5, another Three Rivers team in Fulton, 3-0 with a 48-8 win over Bureau Valley. At number 6, I have the team of the South if they fall into 1A, the Tuscola Warriors. They improved to 3-0 with a 46-0 win over Clinton. At number 7, I have Gibson City Melvin Sibley as they beat El Paso Gridley 45-18 to also move to 3-0. At number 8, the defending champs in Deer Creek Mackinac. They beat Hayworth 55-7. They are also at 3-0. Number 9, I moved up Westville. The Tigers came in with a 48-14 win over conference opponent Salt Fork to also move to 3-0. And at number 10, I dropped Maroa Forsyth as they fell to 2-1 after they lost to Williamsville 47-6. But keep in mind, Williamsville is a 3A team. They're also ranked in the top 10 in 3A, and they will be a huge contender for the 3A title this year.
Very well, Kyle. And it's interesting. You're going to see mine in a minute, but like you talked, next week's rankings will be a little different because we'll see Fulton jump into that 1A side. So my 2A is as follows. Number 1, Sterling Newman. No surprise there. Followed by West Hancock at number 2. My number 3 team, Shelbyville, just like Kyle. Number 4, Tuscola, another team that could be flirting with that bubble as we get closer to the playoffs. Number 5, like I said, Fulton looks to be towards the top of 1A next week's rankings. Number 6 would be GCMS, followed by Rock Ridge at number 7. Rock Ridge, very familiar for all the EPC people. Defending champions, DMAC in at number 8. My number 9 spot, like Kyle said, with a 49-0 victory over Leroy would be Tri-Valley. And then my number 10 team, like Kyle said, as well, with that loss to Williamsville, would be Maroa Forsyth.
So our 2A bracket is going to, or rankings will look like this after our panel. Number 1 is Sterling Newman, 3-0. Number 2, West Hancock. Number 3 is Shelbyville. Number 4 is Rock Ridge. So those top 4 teams pretty much stayed the same. And number 5 is Gibson City Melvin Sibley. And number 6, as Shane stated, Fulton, who will be dropping out of our 2A rankings next week and moving into the 1A rankings. And number 7, the defending champs, Deer Creek Mackinac. Number 8, Tuscola, another team flirting with the 1A line. At number 9 is Tri-Valley. And at number 10 is Maroa Forsyth. Our honorable mention is Westville at 3-0. Chicago Hope moves to 3-0 after they beat Chicago Leo 41-26. EPC is at 3-0 with their 48-0 win over Dupec. Scioto West Prairie is at 3-0 after they beat Havana 55-12. Carlisle, another team that is on that 1A cut line, is 3-0 after they beat Redbud 36-33. Orion falling to Newman 35-21 as they fall to 2-1 on the season, and El Dorado as they lost to Class 3A Sister Valier 22-14, dropping their record to 2-1. Some bubble teams to really think about as we look forward going into Class 1A and 2A and that cut line. Teams are looking at making the playoffs. Fulton with a 296 enrollment most likely will be in 1A, Oakwood at 305, Tuscola at 313, Carlisle 318, and then you have EPC and Shelbyville at 323, which that could come down to a coin flip. Okay, so week 3 is in the book, Shane. We're a third of the way through the season, and out comes our NUIC Power 5, which lists our top 5 teams that we see being at the top of the conference and
across the board.
So I'll go ahead and start here, and at number 1, I have Lena Winslow. At number 2, I have Forston. Number 3, I have EPC, which EPC will have that opportunity to jump if they beat Forston. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I have Forston picked in that game, but I expect good things out of EPC this year. Number 4, I have the Aquin Bulldogs, and coming in at number 5 for myself, I have the West Carroll Thunder.
Very well, Kyle, and my Power 5 similar to yours. We could see some changes in that going forward. My number 1 team in the Power 5 would be the Forston Cardinals. The number 2 team, Lena Winslow, followed by EPC, then Aquin, and rounding up number 5, West Carroll. Like Kyle said, you got EPC and Forston playing each other. Aquin could have a tough one with Polo. We could see a little change in Power 5 next week.
Oh, I definitely think so. Especially,
it will change one way or another.
Yeah,
so
something's going to happen. I mean, West Carroll and Stockton, like you said, EPC and Forston, there's going to be changes to it. But pretty good, solid picks. And our panel vote for the Power 5, which is a culmination of myself, Carrie, Shane's, and Skylar's picks, is going to go like this. At number 1 is Lena Winslow. At number 2 is Forston. At number 3 is EPC. At number 4 is Aquin. And coming in at number 5 is our Power 5 team is West Carroll. So that gives you a look at what our 1A and 2A state rankings are, along with our NUIC Power 5. As we said, come next week, we'll have a different look at as far as the rankings, as we expect that cut line to start to rise. Actually, we know it will rise, and it's going to rise come this week. Yeah. So we'll have that for you coming up in the next week. We look forward to great games. As always, root for the NUIC.